And bam.
Thank you for tuning into our North Dallas podcast. We are where we let's try again. Hold on. Blah, 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 blah. I just did this all day. Um, Thank you for tuning in to our North Dallas podcast, where we talk everything real estate. Hosted by Larry Bammer with One Real Mortgage and myself, Carol Butera with Carol Butera Sells Texas, brokered by Real.
I'm super excited because this is a podcast that is meant for people, whether you're relocating to the Dallas area and you are thinking the north side of Dallas is where you want to call home. If you live in Dallas area, if you're a seller, we are going to dive into like real estate, what's going on in these communities, some great businesses and restaurants that are opening up. So, Carol, specifically over the next several podcasts, what are some cities that we're going to touch on?
We're going to talk about four cities: Frisco, McKinney, Prosper, and Salina, up
Awesome.
in North Dallas. Well, let's cover off on some buyer tips. Since you handle the lending side with One Real, could you discuss some buyer tips that we might be able to take advantage of come the spring market?
Yeah, I think so. This tip is going to apply now through probably, I don't know, when is it really going to get competitive? By
Probably
April?
April, May. Once the
Yeah.
kids are out of school, it's on.
Yeah. I know that there's an expectation of a Fed rate cut in March. If
Okay.
that happens and rates go down more, and it gets really competitive, you're probably not going to be able to use this buyer tip anymore. But from now till, let's say, March, and it's the temporary buy down. So most
Okay.
people when they think of the buying down the interest rate, they probably are accustomed or heard from their parents about a permanent buy down, and they're prepaying that interest to lower that for 30 years. This is not that. This is a escrow account funded by the seller, not
Okay.
you. And every month when you're paying your mortgage payment, you're paying it at a reduced amount. And every month the lender is pulling from the subsidizing your monthly account. So I'll give you the example. You're buying $1 million home and you're putting down 20%. Your interest rate, let's say we're just under 6.99 for your 30-year fixed. Now, if you do the 1-0 buy down, the one stands for the first 12 months, and O means there's no more buy down. Um, that would Carol, has to negotiate for a $6,300 seller credit. Well, that's nothing when you're talking about $1 million home. Like
Right.
you can get $6,000 off the list price. So that what that does though is it makes the effective interest rate for your client 5.99 that first 12 months. So you're saving $526 a month. If you can negotiate for the 2-1 buy down, that means your interest rate for the first 12 months is 4.99, which is crazy good. And you're saving $1,000 the first 12 months. And then it goes up to 599 the next year. Now, for some reason, you never refinance on year three. It would go to the 6.99. Well, you're obviously going to refinance probably in year two. When you do, that money that's left over in that little piggy bank, it doesn't go away. It actually goes dollar for dollar to pay down your principal loan amount when you refinance. So it's a fantastic tool. It's called a temporary buy down. It's very specific on each consumer, each property, because it's based on the interest rate, how much money the loan amount's for. So what happens a lot of time is you'll be out, Carol, with your clients, and they find a particular property. You can get a 1-0 or 2-1 buy down, and Carol's reaching out to me and saying, "Hey, Larry, run the calculations at this list price, this loan amount for this buyer," and I give her an exact amount. For example, that 2-1 buy down that Carol would get for her clients, you would need from the seller $12,328, and that's based on a buyer with 720 credit score. So, temporary buy down, great tool leading into this first quarter of 2024. So, since I gave a great buyer tip, I want to know what we're coming into the spring market, and that's where inventory comes up. When do you expect inventory, hopefully, to start increasing, Carol?
I would by April, it's going to be on, like I had mentioned. So people need to first find their realtor now, their trusted realtor that they're going to leverage in this
Yep.
market. And once they have found that realtor and they have good conversation, we need to make sure their home is prepped. We're coming out of winter. I mean, we're having this podcast in January. We're at pretty cool weather now. We need to get yards maintained, curb appeal up to par, and get the home interior staged. So there's a lot of to-dos for sellers just to make sure their home is prepped and ready to go. Because once April hits, we want to be on market and ready to entertain open houses. And that would probably be key to just making sure their home gets the exposure. So by April, we would need to be ready to go.
Yeah, sounds good. So, what other tips do you have for the interior for getting a seller ready for the market?
Well, good thorough cleaning, put away all those holiday decor items, and making sure that things are in place and tidy. A lot of decluttering, personal photo. I know everybody has those sentimental things they like to display, but if you are looking to sell your home, you may want to just simply start packing down and minimalizing so people have that nice appeal when they walk through the front door all the way through the home. If you have pets, keep that in mind that you need to have things smelling beautiful and looking just as gorgeous. So pretend you're walking into someone else's home as you're walking through your home so that you can be openly critical to the things that need to be improved.
And that's what's nice about having you come out early enough,
Right.
a month ahead of time. So if you do need to,
Walk through.
paint a certain wall or maybe get some carpet cleaner company to come out, professionally clean the carpets, decluttering. I know when I sold my house, I
Yes.
everything went into the garage. Like the garage became a very large storage unit, but it made it so much easier for people to walk around in the living room and visualize where
Right.
their furniture would be, not mine. So yeah, it was huge. We actually took photos way ahead of time so that I think there was even some conversations that were happening amongst realtors. Hey, Larry's got this home on the market coming
Yes.
in a couple of weeks. Kind of drive up that excitement, and then boom, we were sold in 2 weeks. So
Wow. Excellent. That is what we're going for.
yeah,
Absolutely. Um,
I'm
is there
curious.
any
What is the market right now as far as if a seller is planning on selling? Granted, it's probably going to shrink in the springtime, hopefully. But what are the days on market right now?
look just looking at Prosper, you're looking at about 69 to 70 days on market. So market time has increased since winter, late fall, winter, but that's typically normal. So they are going to start to shrink as we approach the spring and summer markets. And we were seeing some nice market time last summer and spring. So I expect that we're going to likely see that again. And coming from the two previous years where there was really no market time, I mean, you pretty much are sold as soon as you went on. So hopeful with interest rates decreasing, but we will see what occurs.
Yeah. Well, I'm super excited for our North Dallas podcast and all of the information about the communities we'll be able to put out there for people, whether they're relocating from, like me. I relocated from California to Texas. You came from
Illinois
Illinois,
to
uh,
Texas.
and so hopefully we provide a lot of value to people that are tuning in. If you actually are a business owner, maybe a restaurant owner, small business owner, and you're in, what are our four cities?
We are looking in McKinney, Frisco, Prosper, and Salina, where we have the ISD school districts and any business owners that we're looking to come on. We would love to feature you on this podcast.
Yeah. So reach out. That being said, I'll share our our handles so you can subscribe to Carol Butera at YouTube. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss one of our upcoming podcasts. And you can find me on YouTube at Lender Larry Bammer. Super excited. Any parting comments?
No, but just start thinking about the spring market. That would be all that I can think about. Find your realtor, which Larry just gave our connection contact. And one thing that Real offers is we have streamlined communication. So once you have found your realtor, hopefully they're with Real and hopefully it's me, we can bring Larry and our title team in to provide a seamless experience.
Awesome. All right. Thanks for watching, and tune in next week for our next podcast.
Bye for now.